Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. So, leave it to GenCat to say, "Oh, we're gonna have a grand old time. We're just gonna finish out the episode and then have the game immediately crash again." That said, I don't think it's gonna crash a third time. Here's what we need to do here. I'm gonna cut a consumption tax, and we are going to put the decree. I don't have the suppression decree. Well, I have promote national values. And that's going to have to be enough. And I'm going to unpause construction. Is this wise? I think I can drop back to Midland. I don't need to manage my finances. It's fine. One of these days, I'll be able to actually build here, and when that happens, it's going to be the best. I suppose I could do road maintenance. Hold on. If I do road maintenance, what does that do to construction efficiency? Nothing. It doesn't do it. Oh, no, it does something. Net construction efficiency is still minus 86%. Oh my goodness. What do the Americans want? Transfer the hedge? No, thank you. Okay, what's this about? They're trying to steal a bunch of territory from the British. America? I do want to support you, but it couldn't be a worse time, to be honest. I'm trying to build up Tyrol. I've got to provide the people of Tyrol with jobs. Alright, now India's with them, so I don't need to worry about it. India and all their vassals are with the United States, so now I can just end game and chill for the rest of the episode. That'll be cool. That'll be fun. Huh, it's interesting. I thought I had 3 episodes left, but I think I only have last one and this one. Obviously, some of these are going to take a long time to get built. Construction sectors are actually, amusingly enough, getting built as fast as they possibly can. But that'll also increase local construction efficiency, which will be nice. Maybe I should reduce autosave frequency. Let's be neutral about this whole situation. Again, we're in deep debt, but it's fine. Standard of living is up. I'm not radicalizing people through low standards of living. The government's finances are fine. Once I finish all this construction, number one, things will be a lot better in Tyrol, which they should be. The people of Tyrol deserve to have good jobs and industry and power and all the good things that being a member of a functioning republic, a functioning nation that Italy is, we shall have. What's the, is there an Italian population here? It seems like there isn't. That's okay. The South Germans and the Alemannic peoples are mostly fully accepted. There are a lot of farmers here. Oh goodness, this country needs a university badly. I think we'll put all of these in at the top. The wheat farms and the logging camps are going to be done in 10 weeks, and hopefully then they'll all be just building and it'll be chill. So, Congolese talent. We see an opportunity to call in the obligation Congo owes us by requesting the service of one of their commanders, Ngangwe Lukeni. Ngangwe? I think it's Ngangwe, but I could be wrong. It's extremely possible that I'm wrong. He's an ambitious open terrain commander, a defensive strategist, and imposing, but he's also 66. Not everyone is afforded the opportunities they deserve in their home country. We are an ambitious nation, one that could make better use of his skills than they ever could. Just what our military needs. We'll offer to employ him here. If they say no, it'll deteriorate relations. Or the obligation is worth more than the skills of one man. I'm going to go with the second one, which I almost always do. I rarely steal generals. The rural folk demand the promotion of Major General Corradino Romano, touting his history of loyal and effective service. So many medals adorned his jacket that one could scarcely see the fabric beneath, but it was not yet enough. Chest puffed out with pride, the general smiled as he imagined the look on Rosarol's face when the general learned of his imminent ascension. Their rivalry was legendary among the officers. At last, he would have his due. I can say he's earned it for extra approval from the rural folk and a promotion for that guy, or I'll say the rural folk will not force their hand, which will make the petite bourgeoisie more happier and more powerful. I'm going to actually make the petite bourgeoisie happier, because that's going to activate treasury bonds, which is going to reduce loan interest payments, which is going to be good for the economy. Not by much, it actually turns out. But by like 30,000. So, you know, I did it. What a smart cat I am. So good at economy. I'm like, Simon Hull. I'm good at economy. Suzerain fans will understand. Can I steal Hanover yet? They got a defensive pact with Westphalia. Dang, I mean, perfect. Okay, so if I do this, who's likely to step in? 10% chance they say yes. USA, French Empire. No, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. I got one more year in the run. I'm not going to scuttle it all just going after some protectorates in Northern Europe, although that was the plan, and I would love to steal a protectorate over Westphalia as well. It would be fun. Oh my gosh, Britain's getting heckin' invaded. Britain's getting bonked. They're getting riggedy wrecked. That's the technical term. Say riggedy wrecked to your parents at home, kids. Now we're just being silly. Silliness size large. So with these with these businesses built, we'll take a quick look at the end of the week and see how things are going in Tyrol once they've gotten a chance to start hiring. So we've got logging camps built, and they are hiring. We've got wheat farms built, and they are hiring. Farmer, some laborer positions, not that many. They're on the more profitable form of farming, which is good. They're on chemical fertilizers, which is also good. Hold on. Hold on. Xichao Engines is not just the engine's asset backwards, but it sure does look like it. Backwards and with a red thing instead of a green one. It's not exactly the same. The bits on the top are different. Okay, good on you, Victoria 3 devs. You did it. The good old days. When invited to give a speech on behalf of the right, Costanzo Ricotti Magnani began extolling the virtues of a strong home, strong borders, and strong men. The public reception was mixed. Truly, I dare say the men are no longer men. They are coddled with books, as if they are any substitute for real adventure. Their mothers swaddled them in cloth, cotton, and silk, only for them to be henpecked by their wives. Then heaven forbid they take a pint of beer, one sip, and they need their fathers to carry them home. Our options here are: won't someone think of the children? Extra momentum to the right. Our rhetoric cannot disguise what Ricotti Magnani means. He gets out of touch for reduced popularity and significantly reduced momentum to the right. Parties seem to be doing as they've been doing. I'm going to let them have a little bit more momentum. I could get them a majority. It will, but mostly at the expense of conservative Catholics. Which, you know, them's the breaks, I guess. So, and there's compression ignition. It's hot and fresh out the kitchen. Let's go ahead and activate the... Ooh, automobile mass production. Heck yes. More cars. But the thing I was doing was going to diesel pump for my mines. How did gold mines get to no production methods? Oh, because I didn't have any gold mines before. That's extremely funny. Pressing issues. The ongoing election has drawn attention to the platforms of the various contending parties. Across Italy, the electorate debates which party is worth trusting with the next term in government. We've seen this event a lot of times. The party who's most sort of off their baseline is the Catholics, so I'm going to give them a pop. 35%. That moves their projected vote to 34%. That's pretty good. Again, I don't think this election is going to affect all that much because it's going to come in the back half of the final year of the campaign. Political agitation. All right. Electricity shortage in Romagna. That's cool. Hey, how's the world feeling about our frickin' cars? Oh my gosh, cars are finally affordable. What is happening? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, we're finally building enough cars that we're like mostly... That's incredible. That's bananas. Oh my gosh. Get him, Fiat. Oh my goodness. And we have a cash flow. We have a positive cash flow, friends. Oh, birds of a feather. Efisio Bertoldi and Gioffredo Torlonia were spotted in discussions about the coming election. Preachers the next day were extolling the virtues of the right. The first estate and the second state, hand in hand since the oldest glories of Imperium. A more modern appellation of that holy marriage is hearts and minds. A glorious leader to capture their hearts, and a magnificent God to occupy their minds. The Catholic Church are beyond our reach, extra momentum to the right. Let us hope they do not decide the election, slightly increase momentum to the right, stronger political strength of clergymen. I'm just going to throw the momentum the way of the right. That's fine. So we're going to get a sweep from the right, it seems like. Cash flow looks good. Well, cash flow looks good because we're not building as much anymore. But all the businesses we built have increased employment, increased standard of living, and reduced turmoil, which is partially the effect of the law enforcement, but mostly it's the effect of the jobs. I hope it's mostly the effect of the jobs. At least people aren't leaving the state. Dang it! It was negative 20 a second ago. You saw. All right. I'm dialing it back. We're chilling. Okay, it's down to negative 150. People mostly are not leaving the state. Let's just chill. And the gold mines are doing better. Let's build up these iron mines as well. We can afford it. We're building relatively fast to build buildings. We got power plants under construction. We got railways under construction. Those are going to take forever. But the power plants will be done in a relatively reasonable amount of time. And hopefully the iron mines will be good to go by the end of the year. And that'll be nice. Again, the goal here is to reduce unemployment. Because that's going to raise standards of living. And higher standards of living is what's going to get the people de-radicalized, which is what's going to improve the construction efficiency. A land of plenty. The country's high standard of living has resulted in a widespread sense of contentment with the status quo, favoring Bartolomeo Donarsi de Seracapriola and the sitting right in the ongoing elections. Change? Why would I want change? I've got a full belly, a happy wife, and a good job. Why would I squander that, chasing what might be? If it's not broken, why fix it? Extra momentum. Or laud his achievements, stronger petite bourgeoisie, and he gets a lot of popularity. I'm actually going to go with the second one, because that didn't increase my authority at all. Gosh dang it. Why didn't my authority go up? Transportation shortage in Tyrol, electricity shortage in Romagna. How much electricity do we need? A lot. Like 10 levels and then some. Okay. I'm going to throw those actually at the top of the queue, because they're going to get built sooner. They're going to get built pretty fast. And then transport shortage in Tyrol. Well, I haven't built up the railways yet, but I'm working on it. They're nearly done. And by nearly done, I mean they're 27 weeks away. So, you know, it's a process. It's a process. There is the election. This once again means we're in a legitimate government. Things are all lined up kind of the way we want them. I can't improve anything from a legitimacy perspective, so we'll leave that be as the situation continues the way it is. Now, almost done with the universities. So what that's going to do is going to help employment, because it's going to make qualifications more easily available. Let's go. Okay, the power plants are subsidized, which is fine. They're not productive, but that's okay. They don't need to be. Is there anything using power here? I suppose not. Let's go with some textile mills and some furniture manufactories. Oh boy, that took me a lot longer than it should have taken. Power plants in Romagna are basically finished. This stage, insufficient construction for the construction pool. Again, could go to arc-welded construction techniques, but I don't necessarily want to do that. Railways in Tyrol are almost done. Oop. That's not what I wanted. I want this. Yeah, we're below 50%. Heck yes, heck yes, heck yes. As long as we can keep building, keep increasing employment, and keep providing decent jobs, the radicalization will be going down in the country, and that's what we want. If we can get these numbers down to insignificant, and we can get the population growing again, then life in Tyrol will be good. They will be living as they deserve to live in this, our bounteous republic. Our new Rome. Our new Rome, I say. And the run is going to end very shortly. I'm not going to keep it going too much longer after that because the music runs out, and I feel like that feels weird and awkward, and I don't necessarily want to stick around with that. Let me see. France and Occitania. We're going to be fighting, and now we're not. Occitania, you fools. What are you doing? What are you doing with a power block when you could be in my power block being cool? How dare you? Same with Spain, really. Oh yeah, I guess the same guy won things, and Sera Capriola didn't take the election. I wasn't thinking about that. I could have been smarter about that, and I wasn't. But these things happen. Nice. 2 more days till the 2 more weeks till the railways get finished. Automotive industry is going to take too long, but the iron mines are getting built. And again, hopefully as those are increased, productivity in the state will go up, people will get more employed, turmoil will go down. Again, that's the goal. As we swing in here into the end of the game. Radios in the Italian market are expensive. Can I produce more radios? I'm currently the leading world source of radios. I didn't get producing my my cool steel, but what else is new? So as we swing into the end of the campaign here, I'm just going to do a quick tour all around Italy, starting with Savoy, starting with Piedmont and Savoy, which are our starting states. We managed to hold Savoy the whole game. We built up a very large industry here. Going across the Alps to Piedmont, our old capital, where we've developed a massive, sprawling industry. Did I ever do the final production methods for textile mills? I did not. That's interesting. Guess I just never got to the point where it made sense. Look at all this. We have really, really urbanized Italy. Particularly Lombardy, which we took relatively late in the game. Population is mostly Northern Italian, but we took this territory from the Austrians relatively late in the game, and at the South Tyrol is where we took late in the game. But Lombardy we really built up. Let's just take a moment to look at our numbers here. We wound up number 1 in the Great Powers by quite a bit. We ended up being a Catholic republic. Let's take a look at some of these fun little pie charts. Country ended up being run mostly by the engineers and the capitalists, so a little bit of a technocracy, not a complete technocracy, but very much in the hands of the industrial class. Population mostly machinists and laborers, which is not shocking by the end game. Good number of clerks, but this number is really really nice. Getting up to like 1/7 engineers, 15% of the population, means that we did so much mechanizing and modernizing that we had this is really high. The engineer is the highest tier industrial job, other than capitalist, which is owner. It's not quite the same thing. Um, but engineers get great wages. Machinists get pretty good wages. So having these as our majorities is really what pushed up our standard of living. So that's really cool. Population, overwhelming majority North and South Italian. Not gonna shock anyone there. We stayed at national supremacy or racial segregation the whole game. Um, we stayed at state religion the entire game. We had a tiny minority of Catholic, Orthodox, and Sunni pops, but really a very small number. Um, yeah, and that's the game. We ended out with a 21.5 standard of living, which is pretty heckin' righteous. We ended up. I don't know if we made the maximum GDP, but let's continue playing here, uh, and let's see if we made it. Let's see if we were able to outrace the British. We were indeed. Actually, the United States was as well, which is curious. I didn't realize how much we managed to snag right at the end here, because it seemed like, yeah, this is our late game. This is those late game production methods. They've really actually, the devs have done a really good job at making sure those become the most efficient way to do things. They've done a really good job at actually making that work as a technique, because there was a long period in the game's history where it really was not efficient. So, we've built up massive urbanization in Verona and Venezia, quite a bit in Trieste as well. So, this is Istria. South Tyrol, we did pretty alright in. Didn't manage a gigantic population, but we built a very solid industrial base here. Um, we got everybody gainfully employed. We're well on our way to getting Innsbruck towards industrialization. And then, as we move south, we go to Tuscany, where we've made huge cities of Florence, Lucca, and Livorno. We go to Romagna, where we've made huge cities of Ravenna and Bologna. We go to Umbria, which is where Pesaro and Ancona are. We made decent progress here. 3 million population. I go over here to Emilia. Wait, did I skip Emilia? Where's Emilia? Emilia's in here somewhere. Emilia is here. Emilia is north of Tuscany. I'm still learning my Italian geography. Yes, Parma. Here we go. Parma is a town name that I recognize. Huge industrialization here. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look at that power block statue. Heck yes. And then obviously, Rome, the city to which all roads lead, the Apostolic Palace, and the power block monument gleaming here. The city of Seven Hills, now a bustling Victorian metropolis of epic proportions, sprawling out on both sides of the Tiber River. I think that's the Tiber. If it's not the Tiber, get in the comments. To quote Brennan Lee Mulligan, if it's not the Tiber, tell me. Engage. Moving forward from Umbria, we have Abruzzo. And this is a part that I'm actually pretty proud of, having done, because I think a lot of times there's a temptation to really urbanize the north, and kind of I think it's common for the south of Italy to get left behind, but this is where Napoli is. This is where Bari and Taranto are. This is, let me see. I don't know many of these major cities. Bari, I don't think I've ever heard of. Cosenza, I don't think I've ever heard of. But of course, then we get Sicily with Palermo, Catania, Messina. Syracuse is down here somewhere as well. A very old city, one of the, I think the original Greek colony in Italy. Um, Yeah, and of course we have the Sicily volcano, whose name escapes me right now, but she's going off real good. And yes, and then of course there's outer Italy, Sardinia, which has been in our country the whole game through, and of course Corsica, we took from the French, and we were able to expand a little bit with our central railway here. And that's Italy. In terms of our global empire, we've got Turkey, Tunis, Tripolitania, Wallachia, Moldavia, and Serbia. In South Africa, we have Italian East Africa, Gaza, Zulu, Transvaal, and Orania. And South Africa in our power block, if not part of our empire. The Marina Kingdom, of course, we have as well. We managed to get Siam. I never really made a priority of getting them reduced in Liberty Desire, but their subjects are also part of our power block: Luang Prabang, Chiang Mai, and not Cambodia, Champasak are also in our power block. And then, of course, there are our allies, Occitania and Spain. Occitania often fights against us, but Spain is our steadfast ally. Portugal, we were able to get freed, and we're able to get a defensive pact with. So they, did we ever get them into our power block? We did not. Could I? Could I do right at the end of all things? I should have been more conscientious about this. I should have tried to get investment rights and built up because I could have gotten them there. So did we build ourselves a new Roman Empire? To an extent. We captured a lot of territory that was formerly Roman. Importantly, we got Greece and the Balkans into our empire, so that's important. We didn't really retake France. I should have been more proactive about that. I think I could have had a lot of opportunities to move forward this way and kind of get things better locked down, particularly if I could have occupied Eastern Occitania to reduce their rank to a minor power so I could protectorate them. I didn't end up doing that. Even so, we made a strong Italy, a powerful Italy, an Italy at the head of the world in technology and in military strength, an Italy that does right by her people with a high standard of living and a lot of loyalists, an Italy with a massive gross domestic product, truly massive, starting from not nothing, but a very, very weak start as Sardinia-Piedmont in 1836. So I'm pretty proud of this run. I'm pretty proud of this run. I'm pretty proud of us becoming a not the most liberal country you've ever heard of here with state religion and racial segregation, but a country embodying national values, democratic national values. Interventionism and protectionism, we never went full free trade and laissez faire. And we kept homesteading the whole game, which makes me feel really good. That's one of the important parts of doing stuff. And we maintained a very free country, all things considered, with a professional army. Protected speech, high level guaranteed liberties, strong institutions, welfare, education, and, of course, healthcare. So I feel like we've genuinely done a very good job with this run. If you've had fun, if you've enjoyed the run, go ahead and drop a like, go ahead and drop a subscribe. I really appreciate it. And that is all for tonight, my nerds. I have had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you on the other side.